Hi, my name is Paul Arnold and I'm a qualified counselling psychotherapist. And I specialise in relationships because at the end of the day, relationships give us the greatest joys but also can give us the greatest pain. So how do we know we've got the right therapist? You know, as I've already said, all the evidence shows that it's the quality of the relationship you have with the person. So I think it's about meeting with them and seeing how you feel with them. And I want you to feel safe with them. I want you to feel that you're not being judged by them. And I want you to feel that you can be totally honest with them. I want you to feel that, could I cry with them? Could I get angry in their room? Can I get angry with them? Can I say what I truly feel about them to them? It's not just about how you feel about your mother, your father, your spouse. You know, how can you be absolutely the most honest and transparent in that relationship? Because that is really important, because what we're often doing in that space is modeling what a really good relationship should look like. Because very often we come into a space because we've had like bad quality relationship. We don't know what a good relationship really looks like. And this is a place that we're trying to model those quality of relationships. And also just be aware of any, feelings you have that they may remind you of someone else. Do they remind you of your father? Do they remind you of your mother? Do they remind you of a past lover? Now, I think it's really important to be open and say that. Now, you may decide that you don't necessarily want to work with that person for that reason. Like one therapist I had reminded me of my father, and I wasn't right to go and talk about my father then. Sometimes is exactly why you should work with that person. But you know what? Try them out. And you know what? If after 6 sessions it's not working, have the courage to have the conversation with them. And maybe there's something about that, and if it's not working, then fine. The therapist is able to cope with the recognition that maybe they're not the right person for you. The very famous psychotherapist called Irvin Yalom, someone once said to him, I hear you're a really great therapist. And he said, well, to some I am, and to others I'm not. So we've got to recognize that we work really well with some and not with others, and to allow the person to go and to be okay about that stuff. So the critical thing is to have that quality of openness of conversation with your therapist. And the reality is, the quality of the therapy is often about how much you yourself put into it. So in many ways, if you're sitting there and thinking like, oh, this therapist isn't quite working, you've got to also think about, what is my responsibility in this space to make this work as well? It's like with any relationship, isn't it? It takes both sides.